Important for Liam today. Get in early, try to take the ball quickly. Can he play with speed versus Lin Shidong's power?
Yeah, it's interesting here. He was the one to play the long push first, middle of the table. A chance for the players to dry off. Oh, if that comes down, that was nightmare within a nightmare. That first backhand, you and I both flinched when Lin Shidong went for this wide backhand mid-rally.
How are these players doing that?
Englishmen for quite some time now. I only bring that up to say, to be playing against the world #1 in the biggest show of the year, this is a major spotlight. Stadium.
6
Might be off by 1 year or so. Regardless, 2018 he beat Ma Long, and that definitely put out the search to study his game. Quality rally in the counter exchange, but forced into the backhand behind the table. It's Liam Pitchford with the pressure put on by the world #1. A good push, a narrow escape, 11-9. The top seed takes game #1 in this best of 7, 11-9. Liam Pitchford in the fight. Wang Hao. Quite an exchange here on the wingspan of pitch, no problem, but the fast feet have to aid that, and they do. It's a physically demanding rally. Stay forward, close on it.
There's a good example of that quick backhand from pitch. If you can find more of those, he's gonna get joy. First one with spin, second one with speed, and good placement.
Good placement right into the middle, getting Lin Shidong to turn to play the forehand from right at about his neck.
So deep as well there, that last backhand from pitch. You can see it just right on that gold line. Normally a white line, but it's a gold line here.
And he expressed the frustration. He makes it so difficult. An inside-out forehand, a hooking forehand to the opposite direction, and Lin Shidong gets them both back. There's the inside-out. This is the bend, the hook. 2 game points saved, 1 more to go for the top seed on receive. And he's in it. We've got ourselves our first deuce in game #2 here. First deuce of this match.
And we see it again there.
Oh, made his move in on top of the table. Some serious frustration here after he made the tough shot. I'll be curious to see that, but racket to the mouth there.
I feel like he did everything right there as well, stepping into the table, and it was right there from just so much spin on that ball from Lin Shidong. Angry pitch is a difficult pitch to come up against. When he's playing at this level and he's angry, he's easily inside the top 20 in the world in terms of level.
So you're saying, umpire says calm down. If you're his coach, you say, do not calm down. It's going to be real tough from being in the back court.
Obviously the world #1, but I think he's finding the right chances. Oh, here we go.
Heavy side spin, the lobs. Oh, man. It looked like it would have curved back on, like he did the right thing, because Lin Shidong put a lot of side spin, or so it appeared on that final smash.
11-2.
So after 2 very tight games, the most one-sided game came in game #3.
#1 against Lin Shidong serve, you have to try to flick more. We heard that. That was a simple one. Second,
Love
when you play with your
2.
backhand, try to play out to the forehand a little bit more and don't feel like you have to return to the backhand. You can play again to the forehand or you can play to the middle.
Come back, Lin Shidong has been quite strong.
Four, 5.
Fans in the crowd watching on as Lin Shidong. Against Lin Shidong, he doesn't leave himself exposed very often. And getting low there from the middle of the table. So agile and versatile here. And a timeout called on pitch's side. Good bend
7,
right into the body. Inside out forehands down the middle of the table twice in this rally.
He was happy with that one pitch. It's not often you see Lin Shidong struggling 2 times from the middle there. Great placement from the Englishman.
In 3 of 4 games so far. Oh, the shot to end it all. One big backhand that will not come back.
Lin Shidong.
Might have been the best shot this match. It felt like it. An absolutely demolishing backhand down the line, and the top seed survives. 1 game dominant that third, but everything else as tight as can be by the narrowest margin of a mere 2 points. Liam Pitchford.
He's certainly going to find himself very tested from a movement point of view. Here's Lam Soo Hang, both the singles and the doubles at the Singapore Smash. They made the final of the champions in Chongqing. But had that tough result, final of the World Cup, losing to Hugo Calderano. Super exchange, what a super exchange. Fraser Riley alongside me in the commentary position, having made his way up from by. Seems like you can see everything when you're watching from a distance, and actually to be down there at eye level, you understand the complexity and lack of time that the athletes have to make decisions.
Absolutely right, Ollie. Tries to contain Lin Shidong by varying the play. He's definitely got the speed to do that.
7-0.
And the attacking prowess. This is a good start from the Hong Kong Chinaman himself.
Oh, there it is. There it is. 2 game points. The game goes to Lin Shidong by the narrowest of margins.
11-9.
But he has been tested. Now we shall see.
For a few years, so they got some really good treatment. They get to train as well with the Team China stars from time to time. Different coach in the corner this time.
Well, he did very well, Lam, to hold on and win that exchange because the movement of Lin was tremendous.
Fast and furious play. The first shot that Lam Soo Hang was interesting. He was faking topspin. I think he had to improvise because he realised it wasn't that long of a push. One point is when you see how many 11-9s and 12-10s, etc. that there are.
Oh, another magnificent exchange between them.
These two attacking mavericks are just gunslinging right now. This is awesome.
Brilliantly done. That's another game for Lin Shidong. Halfway to victory and looking more comfortable as the match goes on. That's always the frightening thing about Lin Shidong. It's amazing how quickly he got positional advantage there from actually not the easiest ball to strike. 6 game points. Oh, well, it's unfortunate, but it is
11-4,
really just delaying, or rather bringing about the inevitable a little quicker.
You've almost got to use the serve as an aggressive weapon rather than something safe to deny the opponent from being able to get.
It is another demonstration that is a great pleasure to watch by that gentleman. He's had 2 comfortable wins on table 1 today, 1 in the singles, 1 in the mixed doubles. That is why he occupies top ranking in both of them. It was a valiant effort by Lam Soo Hang, but there was never really any doubt of this. 11-9, 11-6, 11-4, 11-6, Lin Shidong.
One, two.
Good start here by the world number 1, the top seed. I thought the deception was good on the serve. He got Lin Shidong in a little bit late there, Anton, as he sort of hugged the ball and played it to the short forehand.
In those open rallies, he played absolutely exceptional. It's a shame that he can get over the line for me there, personally. A little bit of bias as an English woman.
9-4.
Same here. I'm just kidding. Not an English woman. Nice short serve, tightens it up and takes away the ability to open on the attack. And Lin Shidong takes game number 1, 11-6. We've got another professional from not too far away down on court. Gavin McGuire, how's it feeling down there in the VIP seats? Tennis and the World Championships is where the drama has gone down over the years. Now that's interesting.
8-0.
TTR, here it is. He says, you were outside the table. I think that was side. I've got 2 to spend. Why not now?
Here we go on the replay. Oh, that's really tough to call at this. Here we go, another angle.
8 serving 10, 2 game points against the world number 1.
9-10.
Lin Shidong holding his own there in those backhand-to-backhand exchanges.
1 game point saved, 1 more to go. And an outright deceptive serve. 2-point lead to take the game. Tough way, comes up what appeared to be off the edge of the racket for a shallow lob, and Lin Shidong has enough angle here to put it away. Still plays it right near the edge of the table. That could have missed. Game point, Lin Shidong after 3 in a row. A swing, and it was the spin, the arc. 4 points in a row to save game number 2. Again, a rich rivalry between these 2 nations, Sweden and China. And with Truls this summer and Anton against Wang Chuqin, there's no doubt.
Shidong out wide.
Chop block catches the net on the way over. We saw Liang Jingquin pull one off earlier. Truls a master of the chop block. And a chop block again, but Lin Shidong seems to have the kryptonite to the chop block, or the antidote, whatever it may be. He's not bothered by it.
He's really reading that ball well.
Around the outside of it to curve it and make it bend away. Little break off the net in the follow-up.
7-8.
Crowd loving the replays here.
When there is that change in momentum from a net call, doesn't matter what side of the table you're on.
Off the edge of the racket. And it will not come down on the table. So 3-0, Lin Shidong leads. By the way, the reason I mentioned that is someone in the crowd shouted again, Chinese team, Zhongguo Dui, Jiao.
Perhaps after this, Adam, you can go down and educate them on the new fan club that you are creating.
Yeah, to have that hilarious opportunity.
One, two.
And no question about this one catching the edge.
Three, one.
Solid start here from the Swede in the lead.
He'll be able to save some more match points.
And there it is, Lin Shidong moves on through to the quarterfinals at his very first, his debut performance. The world #1, living up to the hype so far, did not drop a game. A strong opponent for China, someone who had beaten a world #1 in Wang Chuqin in recent history. Anton Schellberg, the 15th seed, held to 6-10, 7 and 6. 4 straight games. And Lin Shidong, a man still clearly on the clock.
From the extremely winter sport backgrounds to the very much indoor-based pursuits.
That's the much better way to put it.
Xinjiang, and it was 3-1 in the first to Lin and 3 without reply in the second. So Carlsen's only managed to get 1 in 6 when it comes to games.
Not easy reading for Swedish table tennis fans there. Oh yeah.
7, 8.
Harassing Carlsen's backhand straight from the service there, Lin Shidong. You'll probably create a better ball upon the point of contact.
The first game has gone against the world #1. The plot is thickening. The day is becoming tougher. This is where we find out a lot about that young gentleman, Lin Shidong.
Of course, we're going to have a new champion this time.
Yes, he had a very quiet World Youth Championships of 2023 Lin Shidong, just the 4 gold medals, and the 4 the previous year as well. I mean, it's a stuff of fantasy.
Because he is the world #1 for any cracks in the windshield. There are barely any.
Did that first game even happen? It feels like a lifetime ago. How's he done this?
Just the consistency and just perfectly gauging the distance that he needs to be from the table. They went for the trick serve, Christian Carlsen, but to no avail. That was amazing from Lin Shidong. That would be too basic of a mindset. They're seeing a ball and they know what's possible against that ball. Could I slowly spin it?
Yes, this is really impressive. This is a tough and tested young man. Today has been a day that started. That's very fine play. And it's toughness, mental toughness from Lin Shidong. He lost the opening game by a 3-point margin.
Stunning recovery from both of these gentlemen here on table 1. And that's the scary thing about him. He has such a diverse portfolio of shots. He can go back, he can lob.
relax at the end of a contest just for a moment. They've got to be able to sleep properly at night. They've got to have moments where they take their mind away from the sport so that they're able to be fully peaking at the right time. That is also a lesson that everyone has to learn, no matter how good they are at a sport. That is brilliant. Lin Shidong taking another game. And when you think that the first was won 11-8 by Carlsen.
That's right, Ollie. There's a 50-50 clash happening tonight between Yoshimura and Kjellberg. In this position, you'd be very surprised to see an all-Swedish round of 16 bout.
Not for the first time today, Lin Shidong.
Short enough to make it tricky, despite being fairly lofty. Good feeling from Carlsen.
Oh, no wonder Carlsen stares into the rafters of the building. That was unfortunate.
He did so well here. Good feeling off this net cord. Lin with good shot selection. Look at that. That's his trademark.
11-9.
The session started nightmarishly for Lin Shidong. It has finished fabulously. Elimination in the mixed doubles, but victory in the singles competition. That is steadiness and resolve. 8-11, 11-1, 11-6, 11-5, 11-9.
There you go, Lin Shidong just playing into Liang Jinkun's forehand there. Both of them so close to the table, countering each spin that they're giving to each other.
Oh, absolutely superb stuff from the number 5 seed. Raises a fist in quiet celebration.
He's not one for huge celebrations either. Liang Jinkun just a little bit more vocal on the other side. He loves a little celebration, loves to pump himself up.
A nod of the head and acknowledgement for Liang Jinkun's 11-5 win. Lin Shidong, that's just the second game he's dropped all week. This is the biggest test he's faced so far, but Liang Jinkun has come out fighting. He's had certainly a tougher route through to this quarter-final based on his results.
What an unbelievable get there for Lin Shidong. You thought he was out of the rally. And look, that just dribbles over the net. An attack again. Phenomenal.
And the two players of very different statures. We've got Lin Shidong very compact with a great centre of gravity. Liang Jinkun on the other side of the table.
And the spin that he's generating makes it real hard to return. And what a rally that was! That is the epitome of Chinese table tennis right there. Utilising all the angles. Not sure what they've got against Lin Shidong, but...
Pulsating stuff. Liang Jinkun lets out a scream of celebration. That was superb work from Lin Shidong.
A little bit of change of pace there from Lin Shidong. Just takes his time and bends really far down and generates a lot of spin.
Liang Jinkun seals the game. 11 points to 8. Devastation for Lin Shidong, but it is a best of 7. He does have time to come back into this one. But he's out of the mixed doubles, knocked out with his teammate Guaiman. He's out of the men's doubles. He and Lin Guayan dispatched. don't know what to say, Maria. You throw your hands up in the air, your mouth is wide open, and it was just incredible.
These players, this is what they're all about.
Who's received a warning?
I think he received a yellow card there maybe for time wasting a little bit. I just saw the umpire's hand go up and his name be called, and then the yellow card appeared on the screen.
Oh, is this where the change begins to happen? Is this where Lin Shidong manages to find a rhythm, establish himself in this match? Oh, it's devastating from Lin Shidong. Brings himself to within a point of his opponent now.
Maybe feels like he has the momentum. And he evens it up. I think a timeout was not needed there. He knew what he was doing.
The tide looks like it's turning now. This time it's Liang Jin-kun's turn to look disappointed.
And another one a little bit on the short play for this point. He should get that ball on the table.
Oh, it's mesmerizing table tennis.
And from 7-3 down, Lin Shidong has turned this game around. His consistency.
Lin Shidong looks like a different player, wrapping up the third game 11 points to 7. He's given himself hope in this quarterfinal. Slight shake of the head from Liang Jin-kun.
Another fierce opening point there. I think we're going to see a lot of exchanges like this. Earlier in the match, it felt like
adjectives to describe what we've just witnessed.
What an outstanding point there. I think from all the table tennis I've seen so far at these World Championships, that was an incredible rally. Both players just that little bit further away from the table, really using the full length of their swings. Powerful shot with his backhand. And to me right now, this looks like Lin Shidong cannot miss in these open play rallies. He's getting himself into the perfect position.
Lin Shidong levels at 2 games apiece, 11 points to 5. That's the same scoreline by which Liang Jin-kun won the opener. Utterly incredible. It's the speed with which he hits these balls is just mesmerizing.
Liang Jin-kun there imitating what he thought he needed to do.
Liang Jin-kun is so disappointed with the stomp of the feet.
And I think that was a perfect example just there.
Lin Shidong produced an absolute bullet in the midpoint of that rally and would be disappointed with nothing to show for it. Jin-kun takes the lead once again in this quarterfinal, leading by 3-2. That was an incredible turnaround. You'd almost have written Liang Jin-kun off in that. Just listen to the energy that he's expelling here. Grunting with every point. He's hitting these balls with so much ferocity. So back and forth. It's a roller coaster ride between these two stars. How did Lin Shidong stay in that rally? He was just so nonchalant from back there behind the table.
Liang Jin-kun there, taking no prisoners.
Well, Lin Shidong earns himself 2 game points. Liang Jin-kun lets out an exasperated gasp. Hence this battle. Lin Shidong levels up 3 games apiece. This is going the distance. This is shaping up to be an absolute classic between these superstars. Lin Shidong once again coming from behind. He makes it 3 games all.
Back into this game. A little bit of a hop, skip and jump from Liang Jin-kun there.
Point after incredible point.
And there, Lin Shidong winning that point and going straight for the towel. He knows points like that are crucial at this stage.
Well, Liang Jin-kun with the apology. I can't imagine that he really cares too much about how he won the point, because the point is that he won it. Oh goodness.
9-6.
Incredible fighting spirit from Lin Shidong. He knows that his opponent is closing in on the match. Liang Jin-kun wraps up an absolute classic, a 7-game thriller to seal his place in this semi-final. What a contest between these two absolutely incredible athletes. Liang Jin-kun salutes the crowd for their ferocious support, allows himself a broad smile, and why shouldn't he? He's into the last 4. 3-time bronze medalist at the World Championships. He's always in the mix. Next up, An Jae-hyun or Hugo Calderano for the number 5 seed. It is Lin Shidong, who is now out of the men's doubles. Congratulations indeed, Liang Jin-kun. That was an absolutely captivating marathon encounter between this pair.